Hello, friends. It's Mike Gillen, pastor of Cornerstone United Methodist Church. And today's Reading with Dr. Mike book is Daddy, Could I Have an Elephant? Let's read it together. It starts like so many of my days have. Can you see that? And then the little boy says, Daddy, said Tony, I need a pet. You do, said his father. Yes, said Tony. What kind? Said his father. Could I have an elephant? Said Tony. Have you ever asked for a pet? An elephant, said his father. Where would you keep it? Here in the apartment, said Tony. How would you feed it? Where would it drink? It would drink out of the bathtub, said Tony. We could send out for Chinese. The father's thinking, no way. Then the next page is the elephant sitting at the table with the Chinese food. And the elephant says, I always have trouble with chopsticks. And then the father says, it comes with practice. What if it got lonely, said his father. Elephants live in herds. We could get another elephant to keep it company, said Tony. And then the next picture is of two elephants with Tony and his dad, all of them playing cards together. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be funny? How would we move the elephants up here to the third floor, said his father. Like pianos, said Tony. Pull them on ropes. The next page is of elephants being pulled up into the apartment and pigeons saying, there goes the neighborhood. See that? That would be exciting. I don't think elephants would fit through the windows, said his father. We could try, said Tony. What if they got stuck, said his father. People would talk about us. What would they say, said Tony. They'd say, we're that family with the elephant sticking out of the windows. Look at that. That would be ridiculous. Well, how about a pony, said Tony. A pony could walk up the stairs. What would you do with it, said his father. I'd gallop around the apartment and jump over the furniture, said Tony. It would leave hoof marks, said his father. I mean, look at that, really? Kids want pets. I'd like to have a python, said Tony, 20 feet long. Where would you keep it, said his father. Some of it on the sofa, said Tony. The rest of it on chairs. Where would we sit, said his father. I mean, look at that. That would be a big snake to have in an apartment. A flock of woolly sheep would be nice, said Tony. They could keep us warm at night. Sheep go baa when you're trying to sleep, said his father. Not if they're asleep too, said Tony. We could give them a definite bedtime. What if they woke up early, said his father. Can you imagine that? Sheep waking up early and saying, rise and shine, and you're still sleeping. That does look like a soft sheep. Gorillas would be fun, said Tony. They could go out the window and climb up and down the side of the building. What if they decided to climb in somebody else's window, said his father. See you later, says the gorilla. And into someone else's house. I don't think people would like that either. A parrot would be a good pet, said Tony. Somebody to talk to. Parrots screech, says his father. What about a quiet bird, said Tony. I'd like a flamingo and maybe a pelican. Flamingos and pelicans like beaches, said his father. Look at that. Tony's trying to figure it out. A bird might be difficult to work with, especially when you have to stay at home. But some people love birds. We could put sand in my room and a palm tree, said Tony. Flamingos and pelicans need to be warm, said his father. We could close all the windows and turn up the heat, said Tony. Expensive, said his father. Tony's really trying. I know what, said Tony. What, said his father. We could fill the living room with water. And then, said his father, we could get a dolphin, said Tony, and a baby whale. Both, said his father. Boy, that would be something, wouldn't it? Talk about a mess. What about the people below them? All the kids from school would come over and swim with the dolphin, said, and the baby whale, said Tony. Then they could sit on the sand under a palm tree and have a picnic. His father didn't say anything. I'd make the sandwiches, said Tony. I'd clean up afterward. Well, that looks fun, doesn't it? Except that it's in an apartment. Tony and his father were quiet for a while. Maybe we should get something small, said Tony. What could that be, said his father. Puppies are small, said Tony. Just what I was thinking, said his father. Puppies are small. Could we get one, said Tony. Maybe we could take a look this afternoon, said his father. What about this morning, said Tony. It's possible, said his father. What about now, said Tony. Now is good, said his father, and they went out the door. Well, that isn't happening at my house. And look what happens. The end, my friend. And that was Daddy, Could I Have an Elephant? Good to see you all.